What if I told you that the secrets of modern science, like quantum physics, Big Bang theory and aeronautical engineering, were actually hidden in ancient Hindu texts from thousands of years back? Albert Einstein once said, "When I read the Bhagavad Gita, everything else seems so superfluous." Hinduism is often seen as a spiritual tradition, but it actually has a lot of scientific insights that surprisingly match up with some of the latest discoveries today. These ancient scriptures went beyond just predicting the future. They actually shaped it, covering everything from the idea of the multiverse to the detailed workings of planetary motion. Hey friends, in this video, let us decode the fascinating intersections of Hinduism and science, where the past meets the future in unexpected ways. Stay tuned for insights. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Renowned scientists throughout modern history, including Werner Heisenberg, J. Robert Oppenheimer, Carl Sagan, Erwin Schrödinger, and Hans-Peter Durr, have shared how the Bhagavad Gita and Vedic texts helped them grasp important scientific concepts and breakthroughs. The concept of rainbow, Brihat Samhita, in chapter 35 from the 6th century CE, talks about how a rainbow forms. The Rig Veda 5.45.9 mentions that 7 horses pull the sun's chariot, which you can see illustrated in the Konark Surya temple in India. This indicates that sunbeam consists of 7 different colors. The Atharva Veda states that sunlight moves in a straight line and also spreads out in waves. Actually, that same scripture talks about how thunderbolts are formed too. Fast forward almost 11 centuries, and you've got Sir Isaac Newton coming up with this idea. Aeronautical engineering. Did you know that NASA engineer John Hopkins took a deep dive into Vedic texts for some aerospace inspiration? Pretty interesting, right? Sage Bharadwaja wrote about aeronautical engineering, or Viman Shastra, around 6,000 years ago. It talks in details about how the different flying machines are set up, the gyroscope device, and how the mercury-powered flying method works. NASA has given the system a test run and confirmed that it works just fine. NASA started a department dedicated for research on manuscripts in the ancient languages. Hanuman Chalisa. The Hanuman Chalisa is a devotional hymn that many Hindus recite daily to honor Lord Hanuman. It's quite popular and loved by millions. Did you know that in the Hanuman Chalisa, there's a line that mentions Yuga Sahasra Yojana? It actually calculates the sun's distance to be 153 million kilometers, which is just 1% off from what NASA measures. The Vedas mention that Earth is round and supported by nothing, definitely no flat Earth myths in sight. Cause, effect, and the science of karma. Newton's third law says that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Hinduism puts it pretty simply: what you do comes back to you. Karma isn't only about what's right or wrong, it's really about cause and effect. Every action kicks off a chain reaction, even if we don't notice it right away. This kind of reasoning isn't just superstition, it's the way the universe works. Every choice counts. Every ripple has its way of spreading out. Science tells us how things work, while Hinduism explains the why. The biology of life. These days, we're seeing the Ayurveda principles getting backed up by neuroscience, psychology, and research on the gut microbiome. It's interesting how Western science is just catching up to what Ayurveda has understood all along. The gut really does have an impact on the mind. Breathing really influences how we feel emotionally. Ancient texts such as the Sushruta Sanhita talk about surgeries, herbal remedies, and anatomy. Balancing the doshas and using natural herbs to prevent diseases really fits in with today's ideas about holistic health and even what we see in modern pharmacology. Ancient atomic theory. Way back around 2600 years before Dalton, the Visheshika school talked about Parmanu. These tiny, indivisible particles that make up everything we see as matter. So, it turns out that modern science actually confirmed the existence of atoms back in the 19th century. Is it just a coincidence, or could it be the work of some ancient genius? The Visheshika Sutra actually grouped elements like earth, water, and fire, which is pretty interesting, because it lines up with the basics of today's periodic table, cosmic cycles, and the Big Bang theory. The Rig Veda 10.129 talks about the universe being cyclical, emerging from what's called a cosmic egg, Hiranyagarbha. Hinduism talks about the universe going through a cycle of creation, sustenance, and destruction. So, there's this process called Srishti, Sthiti, and Laya, which basically means creation, preservation, and dissolution. Hey, does that ring a bell? It definitely should, right? It's pretty striking how much it aligns with today's scientific ideas about the Big Bang, the universe's continuous expansion, and the eventual heat death of everything. Gravity, and how planets move? Aryabhat, the ancient astronomer and mathematician, noted back in the 5th century CE that Earth draws objects toward it. Way back, the Vedas suggested there was a force keeping planets in their orbits. So, what's the deal with Newton's gravity? Hinduism refers to it as Gurutva. So, you've likely heard about Sir Isaac Newton and that iconic apple, huh? Hinduism's ancient texts aren't just spiritual guides, they are user manuals for the universe. When we connect ancient wisdom with modern science, we can create a more inclusive and holistic way to understand our universe and where we fit in. Hey, share your thoughts on how ancient Hindu wisdom continues to inspire modern scientific inquiry. What other scientific facts from Hinduism do you find intriguing? Let's continue the conversation in description. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe for more awesome content. Okay, catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching the video.